Welcome to the Heavy Spoilers Show. I'm your host Definition, and with The Boys releasing on Amazon this week, I thought I'd check out the dark side of superheroes to break down everything that you need to know about Season 1 and its ending. In the same month that Avengers Endgame surpassed Avatar at the box office, The Boys deconstructs the genre to show that depending on your point of view, every villain could be a hero and every hero could be a villain. Throughout this video I'll be recapping the majority of Season 1, as well as giving my thoughts on the finale of the show and what it could lead to. There will be heavy spoilers here, so if you haven't had a chance to watch all of the episodes yet and don't want to know what happens, then I highly suggest that you turn off now. With that out of the way, I just want to give a huge thank you for clicking this video. Now let's get into my breakdown of The Boys. Season 1 of The Boys takes on many perspectives throughout its 8-episode run, and the show centres around a group of superheroes known as the Seven that have pretty much become celebrities due to their powers and lifestyles. Similar to our world, heroes have infiltrated every aspect of society, and it's difficult to escape them. It showcases that worship without question and, for lack of a better term, fanboying grants people with more power than they should have and means that they are no longer held accountable by the law. This is a clear satire on both Marvel, DC, the Kardashians, Harvey Weinstein, and there's even several shots at Disney and the corporations behind the heroes that have pretty much turned them into commodities to be bought and sold. That doesn't mean that the superpowered beings are innocent either, and The Boys exposes the dark side of those who possess great power, and it showcases that they don't have all that much responsibility. I guess absolute power corrupts absolutely, and we learn that they are all pretty much sex-craved celebrities that use their positions to abuse the law and silence anyone who stands up to them. This comes to a head when a regular dude named Hughie sees his girlfriend Robin killed in front of him due to the blunder of a speedster named A-Train who smashes right through her faster than you should smash the like button on this video, but due to his status, A-Train doesn't really face any real consequences, and this sets off Hughie on a reluctant quest for revenge to take down the superhumans with his ally Billy Butcher, played by Carl Urban. Butcher has a vendetta against the Seven after their leader had an affair with his wife and she went missing shortly after, and he begins working with the CIA, who realise that if the Supes are given military jurisdiction, then it'll be worse than the CGI in Justice League. This is very much a David vs Goliath situation, and throughout Hughie constantly seems like he's in over his head as he rushes to take down Vought, the corporation that have licensed the heroes to movies, TV shows, games, and probably Funko Pops. Everyone has a Funko Pop these days, right? I want a Definition Funko Pop. If the Queen can get a Funko Pop, I want a Definition Funko Pop. Anyway, the show is about choices, and throughout Hughie, similar to the Seven, is given the option to do the right thing or give in to his vices time and time again. Luckily for viewers, Hughie always tends to go with the red pill, or the blue pill, whatever pill it was, the other pill. And this leads to some entertaining takedowns of the Seven throughout the series. Mirroring this is Starlight, a parody of Powergirl, who realises that the Seven aren't the people that she initially idolised, and just because people love a team up, it doesn't mean it's for the best. After she's sexually harassed, she becomes cynical, and similar to Hughie, vows to take Vought and Co down. This involves her going toe-to-toe with Madelyn Stilwell, the shadowy CEO of Vought, who is the master manipulator of the entire season. Starlight is very much the embodiment of the Me Too movement, and she cements that the only way to rise up against oppression is to stand firmly against it. She slowly picks apart the patriarchal society and shows that nails that stick up are often hammered down. She begins dating Hughie, who uncovers the truth behind the Seven and their ties to a super drug known as Compound V. This was the drug that A-Train was on when he killed Hughie's girlfriend, and they slowly unearth that it's the formula that is used to create superpowered beings. It's not just Vought that are using it either, and they also discover a young female that has been caged and experimented onto, and she eventually ends up joining them. Realising evidence of this could bring down public perception of the group, with the help of Starlight, he and the boys do whatever they can to get a hold of it in order to expose the dark side of the Supes. However, their attacks and Starlight's public stance soon draw the attention of the higher-ups and their overlord Homelander, who makes Brandon from Brightburn look like Teacher's pet, and he soon begins striking back. Homelander is a twisted version of Superman and Captain America that pretty much embodies many of the criticisms about the USA and its self-interest to the detriment of others. He's brash, arrogant, and will step over people just to get to the top, and throughout he's pretty much the character that you love to hate. After refusing to save the lives of a doomed flight, he uses this tragedy as a reason to equip the army and invade other countries, and this becomes a clear metaphor for the Iraq War after the events of 9/11. Whilst Homelander was said to be an alien that came to Earth, it's actually revealed that he is also in fact a government experiment that was made in order to market superheroes to the masses. He's a marketing ploy like all of the other supes, and whilst I don't want to spoil too much just yet, his overinflated ego eventually leads to his downfall. Anyway, there's reality TV, confessions, and an appearance by Haley Joel Osment that will have your sixth sense tingling, and overall the season gets you really invested into both sides. It's revealed that Homelander actually impregnated Butcher's wife, and due to her carrying a baby with super strength, it apparently killed her from the inside during the labour. He's also told that the baby died during the birth, but the Superman discovers that this is untrue, and this betrayal and cover-up by his quote-unquote owners begins to slowly make him descend into madness. The CIA also have enough evidence to blackmail Vought into retracting their military application. However, they soon realise that several other countries also have access to V due to Homelander's black market dealings, and thus they cannot go public as it will weaken the position of America's defence against the new superpowers. Homelander has created an arms race that means he will forever be needed. Butcher learns of Stilwell's connection to him and realises that she is his weakness and takes her hostage. Homelander isn't one to play fair though, and after he brings Madelyn's baby to the standoff, he reveals that it wasn't him who killed Butcher's wife, and there are still things going on that he doesn't know about. Homelander burns through Madelyn's head, and no amount of having a mother named Martha is going to get Butcher out of it, so he sets off the C4 attached to Madelyn, but unfortunately for him, Homelander is too fast and takes him away from the explosion to reveal that his wife and Homelander's son are both still alive. We get an awesome Star Wars-esque cliffhanger, and the show goes out with a lot of questions. So what happens next? Well, huge spoilers for the comics here and Homelander's eventual fate, so if you don't want to know anything about the future of where the show could be going, then I highly suggest that you turn off now. Whilst the story does highly alter the timeline of the graphic novels, with Madelyn out of the picture, I think Homelander will ascend further within Vought, and this will mirror his comic arc highly. In the books, Homelander eventually turns more apathetic, and he's sent insane after he's shown some photographs of atrocities that he's committed, even though he has no memory of them. Feeling like he has no other way out, he assumes high command of everything and attacks the White House. Homelander has wished to create an uprising, and this is why he armed others with V, and eventually he goes on to kill the president in order to rule the country himself. However, it's revealed that Black Noir is a clone of the character created to kill him should he ever step out of line. In his final few moments, Homelander realises that he could have actually been a hero had he not been so easily manipulated by others. Homelander dies at the hands of Noir, who is eventually killed by Butcher. I can definitely see this being the direction that the series heads in, with Butcher eventually attempting to get back his wife and having to deal with the fact that there's a new member of the family. Juxtaposing this, whilst Homelander has a child with Becky, it's through force and she is out and out killed by the fetus, which is then beaten to death by Butcher, so it seems like the show is heading in a completely new direction. Now, many people have been wondering what happens to Hughie and how he gets out of saving A-Train at the end. Well, in the graphic novel series, he too gains incredible powers and abilities after he's injected with Compound B, and I think this will be brought into the second series as his get out of jail free card, so that he's not hunted and killed as easily as he would be without it. He's definitely the wild card of the show, and I can see season 2 focusing on the fact that he now has become the thing he hated, and once more he has the choice to go either the right or wrong way. No doubt with Starlight at his side he can do good, and the two could actually become the superheroes that the world both needs and deserves down the line. Either way, there's a lot to look forward to with the boys, and I can't wait to see how the changes affect the season going forward. What I love about the series is that it feels like it's riffing a lot off the Snyderverse, which I actually really enjoy, but this builds on all of the faults of that and turns them into an interesting and at times shocking narrative. I can't wait till the boys are back in town, sorry that was a terrible joke, and season 1 scores a 9 out of 10 for me. Obviously I'd love to hear your thoughts on the boys and what your favourite moment of season 1 was. I haven't even mentioned the Simon Pegg part that's a tie into the original graphic novel, and yeah, there's just a lot to cover, so definitely leave your thoughts in the comments below. I'm also interested to see what people prefer out of this and the Umbrella Academy, so drop your opinion on that as I'd love to read it. If you want to come talk to me directly or just see my general thoughts on movies, TV shows and games, then make sure you follow me on Twitter at DefinitionYT. I also just want to let you know that we're giving away a free copy of Avengers Endgame on Blu-ray to one lucky winner, and all you have to do is like this video video, make sure that you subscribe to the channel and leave your thoughts on The Boys in the comment section below. The winner will be chosen at random on August the 10th and the Blu-ray will be shipped out from then to whoever gets the prize, so best of luck to everyone who takes part. This is a channel for people who are super into superheroes, so if that's the kind of thing you like, hit subscribe. Thanks again for taking the time to watch this. I've been Definition, you've been the best, and I'll see you next time. Take care, peace.